Jacksonville, a city that has long cherished its image as a serene and harmonious community, finds itself at the crossroads of a heated national debate. At the epicenter is the gruesome arrest of 24-year-old Keian Woods, a case that has left an indelible mark on the city's psyche and has been described by many as one of the most savage police beatings witnessed in recent times.
Of a man from Jacksonville who was allegedly roughed up by police officers is expected to talk today about what they call excessive force.
First Coast News spoke to the people who shot this video, appearing to show a man on the ground with several officers around him. The video does not show the injuries to his face, but when he sits up, you can see swelling around his eyes. On your side,
his face was so swollen and everything.
This haunting episode shines a spotlight on the long-standing, complex relationship between Black communities and law enforcement agencies. For numerous Black residents of Jacksonville and, indeed, across the country, encounters with the police often come laden with a palpable sense of trepidation. This tension, decades in the making due to historical racial disparities in law enforcement practices, is not simply a footnote in history. Keian's traumatic experience stands as a stark testament to the deep-seated issues that continue to plague these interactions. Compounding the community's anguish is the apparent reluctance, or perhaps refusal, of the police chief and the department's leadership to acknowledge the blatant brutality evident in the body cam footage from the officers involved.
The sheriff's office, meantime, released this body camera video, which they say shows Woods running from that traffic stop. They claim he was tased and continued to resist arrest. The sheriff's office says right now they believe their officers did the right thing.
Based on the currently available information, the agency believes that the involved detectives acted appropriately with respect to the law and JSO policy. However, our understanding of this incident may change if additional evidence is collected and reviewed.
Unbelievable, disheartening to have to announce that social media is not reality. Its content is not fact-checked by any entity. Because of this misinformation campaign by the anti-police fringe, our agency has come under fire and individual detectives' lives have been threatened. This intentionally misguiding manipulation of facts is wrong and dangerous, and I will not remain silent while the truth is buried to advance a particular agenda. The truth is, Woods sustained facial injuries when he fled from police and was tased, fell face first onto the concrete. Detectives struggled with him, and as I stated before, they used strikes to gain control, but he continued to resist arrest. The outcome of Woods' apprehension contrasts with that of his friends in the truck, who immediately complied with police and suffered no physical injury.
Such dismissive attitudes only widen the chasm between the police and the community, stifling any chances of reconciliation and fostering a pervasive sentiment of mistrust. Residents of Jacksonville, already reeling from the shock of the incident, are further dismayed by the seeming institutional denial of the disturbing events. Natasha Woods, in her heart-wrenching account of her son's encounter, paints a picture of a young man brutally beaten and traumatized, juxtaposed sharply against the disconcerting silence and inaction from those in power. The repercussions of such incidents are profound and far-reaching. In homes across Jacksonville and beyond, parents are compelled to have somber conversations with their children about how to interact, or more aptly, how to safeguard themselves during encounters with the law. Daily routines are affected as individuals rethink their commutes, and community dynamics shift, with an ever-present cloud of apprehension looming large. For the Black community, Keian's ordeal is not an isolated event but a painful addition to a litany of similar injustices that span generations. Each such incident is a visceral reminder of the deeply rooted systemic issues they confront daily. The sheriff's office, while making overtures about recognizing the larger concerns, falls significantly short in addressing the pressing demand for transparency and accountability, especially given the glaring evidence from the body cam footage.
Here, we
you just call it back to us? Let me see your hands. All y'all's hands. Turn the truck off.
Yeah, 335.
Let me see your hands, driver. Call it out. Yeah.
It's J707, it's 1033, just we're doing a felony takedown in Kensington Square apartment.
8202.
Oh, yeah, 1033.
J707 is going to be 8204 Kensington Square.
Hey, Chief, we got one running, all black, all black. Don't you move. Hey, show me your hands, driver. Show me your hands. All black, black hoodie, black pants. I got like 3 here, so. Hey, we'll do an L formation on them so I can see who else is in the car. Who else is in the car? Who else is in the car? Nobody?
Where they at?
Yeah, there's 2. Comfortable pulling them out? Huh? You what? You have a gun on you? Okay, well, if you drop, I appreciate you telling me, but if you drop your hands, you're gonna get shot. You understand? All right, so keep your hands there. Red shirt, do you have a gun on you? Okay, being that you don't have a gun, you're gonna stay put where you're at. Okay, do not move. On the outside of the door, open the door. Do not tuck your hands below the door. Keep your hands up. Thank you for telling me. Is your last name Wilson? You Raymond? Okay, just keep your hands up. I see the gun, walk to me. Do not drop your hands, you understand? You have lethal all your hands on. Alright, don't drop your hands.
928 Zone District 3 Task Force units. You'll give us some updates. You'll need us to move normal direction of travel. Keian area.
You got a 0?
You have 537 in the area.
Sit down on the ground for me. You got anything else? Over to you. Cross your legs, cross your legs. Alright, here, we can walk in back to me.
8707 is going to be 8204 Kensington Square.
This is the footage of the second officer on the other side of the vehicle.
Hey, stay on your stomach. Put your hands on your back. Gonna get it again. You're gonna get it again. Put your hands on your back.
It's gonna be 8204.
Hey!
Kensington Square.
You hear me? Put your hands on your back. Put your hands on your back. Put your hands on your back. Keep them back. Put your hands behind your back. Don't tease me. You're gonna get tased again.
920 Zone District 3 Task Force units.
Give me your hand.
You'll give us some updates. You'll
Behind your back, goddammit.
direction of travel. And get. That's it,
Put your hand on your back. All right.
Get 537 in the area.
Get your hands on your back. Give me a hand. Give me a hand. Give me a hand. Hey. Hey. Give it. Give it. Give me a hand. Give me a hand. You still fighting? Give it a hand. Give it a hand. It's a pull. Good pull. Give me a hand. Give it. He's still fighting. There we go. Because got it? No. Let me go ahead. Yeah. You got it.
46 where's Jason? Where are you? Nothing.
The Jacksonville Community Action Committee, representing the voice of a community yearning for change, underscores the urgent need for comprehensive reform. Their call is clear: this needs to stop. The community's patience is wearing thin, and they're clamoring not just for representation but for decisive influence in the very policies that impact their lives. Michael Sampson's passionate plea encapsulates this sentiment, emphasizing the dire need for mechanisms that allow the community's voice to not only be heard but to lead the way in instigating genuine, transformative change. The harrowing ordeal faced by 24-year-old Keian Woods has become Jacksonville's somber refrain, echoing across the nation. As the city grapples with the ramifications of this incident, it stands as a symbol of the urgent, nationwide need for introspection and reform in policing. Each outcry, each protest, each tear shed amplifies the chorus demanding change. The hope, the desperate plea, is for sincere, committed action to ensure such tragedies become a tragic vestige of the past, never to be revisited.